Welcome to Sogeti's Aspire to Inspire session. Recently we celebrated International Women's Day, but at Sogeti it's just not one day. We celebrate Women's Day every day. For us, it's not about discussion of diversity, but for us it's a discussion about talent. Today I have with me Parinita Patankar, Vice President for Sogeti India, who also leads the Q&A practice. And I have few questions, and I think we'll talk about how at Sogeti we take this agenda so seriously. So Parinita, how is your transition to Sogeti? What helped it to make seamless? I know you joined just last year, but what is your experience and what you have seen so far?
So Sanjay, I think in my personal opinion, sometimes not being differentiated for diversity itself works. I think the one best thing that worked for me was you all believed in my meritocracy in joining. You gave me equally challenging positions and situations which helped me to build my network within Sogeti. And I think one thing which really worked is it's just not that you as a lead is doing the walk the talk. It's all of your leadership which truly believes in building this DNA and helping diversity to flourish in the company. So yeah, I think it's been very seamless. It's been very good. It's been very buddy culture in Sogeti, and I'm absolutely enjoying every single day that I'm here.
Thank you.
So Sanjay, I really wanted to congratulate you for the last year diversity numbers. Obviously, achieving 46.4 is not an easy task. What do you think this mix or this balanced team bring to you from a work and culture standpoint?
So I think I want to start, from where I started, saying that it's about not just statistics. Since you said 46.4, it's not only about the statistics. As we always say, it's beyond the numbers, it's beyond the tokenism, it's about the behavioral change. For me, I think diversity brings inclusivity, but more importantly, it brings right mix of talent. It brings right mix of ideas. It brings right mix of thoughts, which otherwise you could say are biases when only one certain section of people kind of think. And I think at Sogeti, we started from the top. And when I say top, of course, it starts with my leadership, people like you. It has started from a leadership of my next level. And what we have done is that every level we look at what behavioral changes, what we bring. So I think to sum it up, as I said, it's a moment which was started a couple of years back, or in fact more than when I have taken, and I think it continues to kind of grow. Last point on this: when half of your population, when I say we are 46.5, I think when half of your population is diversity, I think the movement actually is driven by that half and is actually then pass it over to another half. So I think we are very happy the way we have built this. It's right in the DNA right now.
Absolutely fantastic.
I think we spoke about we spoke about work. We spoke about the statistics and how we bring it. But I think it's more than that. And when I say diversity is a topic, it's about the talent. It's not just about the diversity. But when we talk about diversity, I think always one topic comes, and that is work-life balance, right? While work is important, it is not just the only part of life. I wanted to ask you, you being a woman leader, you are a fitness enthusiast, you do hiking, you actually do alone trips to mountains, etc. How do you balance all of this in your work, and what do you have to say to the larger population who look at you as a role model?
Sure, Sanjay. Maybe Sanjay, it is also about the way I have been brought up, and maybe it's like I was younger of my brother. I mean, between two of us, my parents have always taught me to keep my happiness first. And I think if you are happy, you invariably make people around you happy. Fitness for me is like the me time. I really enjoy going out in the mornings, be it run, be it actually lifting weights. And as I said, I always tell this to my women leadership, and in fact to everyone, a healthy body and a healthy mind. Essentially, when we bring that to the work, I think we are at best every single day. And that is what I think is the mantra, and that is what, now you will say, is it easy? I'm a mother to a 19-year-old, I'm a wife, I am a daughter-in-law. In my take is, if you want it, you will make time for it. And that's what's working for me as a mantra. Having said that, Sanjay, I also think that with your vast experience, obviously you took the view head role a year and a half back. What is your key learning or suggestion that you want to give to the talent across, and again, not limited to diversity? How can they essentially progress in their careers?
First of all, I think I want to thank you for the motivational inputs what you gave. I hope it goes beyond the diversity elements, and rather all my men leaders and the men workforce also learn from what you said. So of course, thank you for that. I think, for me, things have been simple, I would say. And when I say simple, I think it's important to stay relevant. And what it means, so for me, what has helped, I think I have changed roles throughout my career. Within Sogeti itself, in my 5.5 years career, this is my third role. Overall, whether internationally, nationally, I have worked both sides. I think what has helped me, as I said, is be relevant, first of all, but accepting challenges, taking the road which has been less traveled, taking that tough stand when it is needed. I think if you stay fresh, if you give those ideas or give that work life a kind of a balance and try and do new things, I think you will always prevail and you will always succeed in whatever way it is. And I think I would, through this Aspire to Inspire session, I would, give my advice not just to the, men, but also to the women colleagues of mine. With all the challenges you have, I think you should take more challenges because that will keep you very relevant and also fresh.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think, probably a last question. I think it's a good discussion. But, as a woman leader, Parinita, we always talk about biases in our work, in family. You see it changes from tier 1 to tier 2, tier 3 cities also. And the biases can be conscious as well as unconscious, right? We all face. But how do you overcome them? And what is your suggestion to the other women leaders and the aspiring leaders?
Absolutely. And this is definitely something I personally believe that every one of us has some or the other bias. I think two things. One, being aware of the biases and acknowledging the fact what you're biased about is very, very important. What has worked for me, how I have kept myself, being aware, and what are the things that I have done. I have kind of 4 points that have made me successful in my career. I think the very first one is I've never been apologetic about, asking for a role change or even a difficult question like promotion, I feel if I have to speak, I have to ask for it. And my male counterparts will absolutely do it, okay? The second thing is I feel when we do Sanjay discussions, and it can be with everyone, based on facts and figures, there are less chances of getting into an emotional conflict. So that has worked for me. The third important thing is I think women invariably have a tendency to lean back or lean away the moment there is an interruption, My suggestion to women leadership or women is that it's not, nobody's trying to corner you. Don't step back. You need to come forward and put your point forth. And I think the last thing is, and it's my favorite, when you get the seat on the table, embrace it and be proud of it. Don't continue to justify and prove yourself that you have got a seat on the table. I think these are the 4 things which has really worked for me, and this will be my suggestion that empowerment is in your hand. Our leadership essentially is empowering each and every one of us. It's just up to us. When we empower, we have to take the right responsibility and be accountable for that empowerment. So yeah, that has worked for me.
Thank you, Parinita. I think great session. More importantly, very good insights. I'm sure people who are watching us will take those inputs. And I would also request, if anyone, if you have any questions, not just in Sogeti India but across, do reach out to us. And happy to help and take this discussion forward. Thank you.
Thank you.